The Liberals are now accusing Conservatives of Islamophobia for forcing a marathon voting session at the end of Ramadan. Work is apparently the new frontier in the fight against Islamophobia. MPs just wrapped up a 12-hour all-night marathon voting session in the House of Commons. The Conservatives forced the marathon voting session. It was a sneaky little procedural tactic to have the government release a breakdown of just how much its carbon pricing will cost Canadian households. Basically, the Conservatives would put a stop to the voting session if the Liberals released that information, which is information that the Canadian public should absolutely know. Shouldn't we know how much a tax is going to cost us before someone makes us pay it? Now, the MPs voted on nearly 200 issues, and each one of those issues was a confidence issue, meaning if the opposition had won the vote, the government could have fallen. And because of that threat of the government falling, the Liberal Party whipped or forced their MPs to be in the House of Commons all night to vote. But the marathon vote session also fell on Eid, the Muslim celebration held at the end of Ramadan. The Liberals resented being forced to work when they admittedly said that they preferred to be in their constituencies partying with their Muslim constituents. The Liberals' resentment then turned into an online tantrum, replete with whining, and accusations of bigotry. Here is Liberal MP Mark Holland, who is not Muslim by any stretch. He tweeted, "I'm fortunate to represent a huge Muslim population. Placing votes all through Eid, their most holy holiday, is hugely disrespectful. It was an honor to fast for the last 30 days and support Give 30, and it is deeply disappointing to miss this important occasion." Guys, Holland's not Muslim. He just wants to party with them, which is fine. I mean, everybody likes to party, but sometimes work gets in the way. Here's Liberal MP Ruby Sahota tweeting, "The bells for votes are ringing right now as Andrew Scheer and the Conservative caucus force an all-night session in the House of Commons with no impact whatsoever on public policy. Would they do this on Christmas Eve or Rosh Hashanah? Sorry to be kept from my Muslim constituents celebrating Eid." Again, as far as I know, Ruby Sahota is not a Muslim. She just wants to party with them. And here is Liberal MP and former Toronto Police Chief Bill Blair. He tweeted, "I have several mosques in my riding and a very large Muslim population that I'm honored to serve. They have important Eid celebrations scheduled for tomorrow that I'm always honored to attend. They are owed an explanation for my absence." Bill is not a Muslim, but I'll give his constituents an explanation. Bill won't show people the impact of the carbon tax, so that's why he missed the party, because Bill thinks hiding information is more important than going to those celebrations. And here's Liberal MP Gagan Sikand, who is Sikh and not Muslim, tweeting, "I want Andrew Scheer's Conservatives to explain to my riding that I'm missing Eid because they want to vote all night just to waste time." Why doesn't Sikand explain to his constituents that he's a member of a party of cloistered drone bees who are swarming around to protect the Queen, who, in this instance, is Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, from scrutiny about the cost of his carbon tax? And here is Liberal MP Omar Al-Jabra, who is actually Muslim, tweeting that having to go to work is some sort of, hate crime. Al-Jabra tweeted, "You don't believe Islamophobia exists? You disrespect the importance of Eid. You will be voting all night against funding to veterans, RCMP, and CAF members. It's clear who needs to apologize." You see what I'm talking about here? It's like a form letter of whining and accusation of bigotry apropos of nothing except having to go to work. Let me be clear though, I'm very much in favor of religious accommodation. If you need to leave work to attend a religious ceremony, there's the door. Have at it. See you back here tomorrow. But at the very same time, my religious fast, let's say for Lent in my case, is not really my employer's concern or their business, despite what Mark Holland thinks. In the House of Commons, you and I, We're the employers, and they answer to us. Now, I don't think the Liberals feel the same way about religious accommodations that I do, because they whipped the vote, meaning that everybody had to be there to vote despite their prior religious engagements. And it was the Liberals who scheduled the vote on Eid anyways. Yeah, that's right. Despite their persistent whining and accusations of bigotry, it was actually the Liberals who passed a motion at the end of May to extend debate until at least midnight, Monday through Thursday, until the end of the spring session. The Liberals did this. It was actually the Liberal House Leader, Bardish Chagger, who moved to end debate on the motion so that it could be passed. The Liberals did this. The Conservatives don't set the schedule in the House of Commons at all. They can drag things out. But the Liberals had already scheduled voting to go to at least midnight. It was the Liberals who were asking everybody to miss their religious celebrations, not the Conservatives. All the Conservatives were doing this time was, making people work, like actually show up to work. The Conservatives made a single voting session a marathon because the Liberals won't release their data on the carbon tax. The Liberals were and are still withholding the data on the carbon tax, which means to the Liberals, the end of Ramadan is less important than hiding information from Canadians who deserve to see it. Does that mean it's the Liberals who are really not taking the religious and cultural importance of Ramadan seriously, like Omar Al-Jabra says? The Liberal MPs who were whining, well, they could have left if they wanted to, but then they couldn't use the accusations of intolerance to hide their lack of transparency. If they were whipped to be in attendance that day, then they were chained to their desks all night by the so-called Islamophobes in their own party. But friends, we really learned something new here today. Doing the job you were elected to do and telling the truth to Canadian taxpayers is some sort of new hate crime. And I think we've finally reached peak liberalism. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid. What you just saw there is the daily video that I do here at the Rebel, but did you know that I have my own weekly full-length show? It's aptly called The Gun Show, and we talk about issues facing Canadian families. But to get access to my show and the rest of our really incredible premium content, treat yourself to a Rebel subscription today.